Hello and welcome to our Chinese New Year live stream. You can go, it's fine. Sorry, that was my bad. I should have come in a little bit later. Hello and welcome to our Chinese New Year live stream. Our colleague really wanted to be in front of the camera for you guys. We are currently in Gubei Watertown, about 2 hours drive northeast of Beijing. And we've been coming at you for the last 2-3 days here at Gubei Watertown. And today we want to show you how to make traditional Chinese dumplings because today is the 5th day of the Chinese New Year, a date that's known as Po. And on this day, you always eat dumplings. With me is Mr. Zhang Fe, chef here at Gubei Watertown. So dumplings, what are they? I'm not sure if I almost forgot to introduce you. So I also have, we also brought our friends here. So we've got Colin, who's very nicely dressed up for us in his New Year best, and his mum Lynn as well. They're going to be helping us make dumplings, and we have these 8 dishes of ingredients in front of me. Later on in the live stream, I'll tell you what they are, and you can also tell us in real time what fillings you'd like to put into our dumplings. I've got my phone at the ready, so write in anytime if we experience
这个是咱们中国传统的小麦，这个是咱们就是平常以后改进后的就是菠菜和的面。
Okay.
对，这是最主要的一种面，
Okay.
中国传统吃的最多的一种。
Right.
对。
So you might have had dumplings at home. They're very popular around the world, especially in Chinese restaurants. And here we've got 2 kinds of dough that we're going to be using to make the dumpling wrappers. So we've got this traditional kind of dough, which is just wheat flour. And this green one, don't worry, there's no additives. It's actually made of colouring from spinach. So we'll be using that to make some really fancy looking dumplings. And in terms of fillings, this is our big bowl of fillings. 咱们这里是什么馅啊？
这是咱猪肉大葱。
猪肉大葱。
对，
好。So this is probably one of the most traditional fillings in dumplings. 大葱是大葱哦，那
对大葱
不是小葱，大葱哈。Okay, so it's pork with onion, and I was speaking about these other fillings that we had earlier. Here we've got 8 dishes of non-traditional fillings. Those of you watching at home, we're going to be making the dough. We're going to be making the dumplings right here, right now. And if you want us to put any of these fillings in, just let us know. We've got here. These are dried jujubes. Dried dates essentially, so they're sweet, they're a little bit tart, they're never found in dumplings, they can go in tea. Over here we have a nice green tube of wasabi. So for those of you who like to prank your friends, you definitely can squeeze some of this into your dumpling filling. We've also got, for those of you who really enjoy having quite unique breath, a big plate of garlic, readily peeled. We've got some coriander, and coriander often goes into mince, same as garlic actually, but just not entire cloves. Here we have nice red hot chili peppers, fresh, and I believe there's, the seeds are in there as well, so they're extra spicy. Here we've got some dried chilies. This is a plate full of what's known as peppercorn. So it's a sort of Chinese pepper. Do you know what this is? Because I asked Colin earlier, I was like, which of these ingredients would you like to use? And he was like, this one. 你可以放嘴里吃一口。要不？ So Colin's actually enjoying the smell of this. This is peppercorn. It often goes into Sichuanese cooking in China, and it makes food very numb, very spicy. 你吃吧。Well done. I'm not sure how long Colin will be sitting here with us already. It's not the tastiest thing if you're eating it fresh like that. Here we have a very big stick of ginger. So we've got 8 ingredients that are probably not the best when you put them directly into dumplings, but let us know. We'll be making dumplings and we could put some of those ingredients in and just see who's the lucky one to eat this stuff. Also, I've got my phone here, so leave comments for us. Let us know what you're doing today on the 5th day of Chinese New Year, and also whether you've made dumplings before, whether you've eaten dumplings before, whether they're something that you'd like to learn to make now. So I think we're going to get started. 那咱们要不开始做？应该是从哪个步骤开始？
先从和面。
和面。
第一步和面，哎。
这个面里放了什么？有就是
咱们这个和面，中国包饺子最主要就是水，稍微加点盐
，OK，
有点盐，它有那个面有点筋道
，OK，
然后就是面，就这3种，别的
就这3种，没有酵母，没有什么
菠菜汁儿的什么东西放点。
Oh, okay. So this is a non-raised dough. It's just literally flour, water, and a little bit of salt. So probably not going to be making any bread out of that. 那咱们直接把这个 roll up my sleeves. 咱们现在就要做传统的饺子是吧？
对。
咱们这个破五好像是还有一些讲究，就是破五要吃饺子，为什么呀？
破五吃饺子的讲究就是代表寓意这一年圆满要结束了，就是代表就是圆满结束了，就是大吉大利吧。
Okay.
就这意思。
So the reason I was saying earlier that you always eat dumplings on this particular day, on Po, is because this, Mr. Zhang was saying, is pretty much the end of the Chinese New Year period, and you celebrate by eating dumplings. But there are so many different, I guess there are so many different ways people celebrate Po. I always heard that Po is because in the days leading up to today, there are many superstitions, many things you can't do over Spring Festival, and today is the first day when you can start doing those things again. So you celebrate by making dumplings. 那咱们就直接做吧。
好。
And really, here in northern China, dumplings are a must. You need to eat them over Spring Festival. You need to eat them specifically on Spring Festival Eve at around midnight to bring in the new year. And I'm a big fan of dumplings. They're huge in northern China where we are, but maybe they're not as popular in southern China. They like to eat spring rolls over there. Okay, so we're just setting out the dough. 先切成条。
对，切成条，这样好揪，你知道吗
？Okay. Colin, 你会弄吗？我可以给你一块，你可以自己在那边擀。We're going to give Colin a bit of dough as well, just so he can make some dumplings for us. And we've got another friend joining us. 来吧。Our friend Summer is also going to be joining us, making dumplings with us today. Everyone say hello to Summer. She's just a little bit shy. She's just around. 这边吧，夏天来这边，夏天来这边，跟叔叔一起做饺子。来吧，你跟西西站一起好吗？我先把你的水拿走。你要不跟西西站一起吗？啊？She's just a little bit shy. She just had a nap earlier. So we've rolled our dough. We're gonna start making the dumpling wrappers. Dumplings are made with usually a meat filling, but you can also get egg and chives as the filling, vegetarian fillings too. And you basically flatten these little knobs of dough into a wrapper, and you put the filling inside. So I'm also gonna just dust my worktop a little bit. There we go. I'm more used to making bread at home. 我给你一点面粉吧，要不然粘了。Okay. And we'll just make sure this is nice. Have a nice non-stick surface. And I'm just going to check my phone real quick. Very happy New Year to you, Teresa. Happy Chinese New Year in the Philippines. Are you making dumplings today? I don't know if you guys also have the same custom of eating dumplings on this particular day. Let me know. And I want to say hello to you as well, Kingston, Jamaica. So it's afternoon over there as well, Teresa. And very good afternoon to you as well, Salim Saki. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be making dumplings today. Let us know if this is something you've had before, if this is something that you enjoy eating. And Mr. Zhang has very kindly agreed to teach us to make this very traditional Chinese dish. And our friend Colin and Lynn over here are going to be They're just going to be doing their thing. Because Chinese New Year is nothing if not without friends and family. And especially this year when we've all had to sort of stay at home and not go out, it's even more precious to spend time with friends and family and loved one. So now we've got all of we've done these. 咱们这已经弄好了哈，然后就开始擀就可以了。
对，直接擀就可以了。
你们要不用这个擀一下，还是直接就手捏了？用手捏是吧？行，yeah. Okay, they're going to be handcrafting. No, Colin's taking that. Okay, I'm going to be handcrafting. 然后咱们这个擀这个皮的时候有什么专门要注意的吗？
那个食指跟大拇指握着这个皮儿这边，擀面杖往前一下，走一下，慢慢的一下是一下就可以了。
OK，
对，
其实也不难，就是找好这个顺序。
对
Okay, that's great. So very quickly, Mr. Zhang just rolled out this one wrapper for us. It's just the right size, and then into here go the fillings. I actually remember making dumplings a lot. We make dumplings at home every single year with my mum and dad. And I grew up in the UK, where I guess Chinese New Year is not celebrated with as much festivity compared to here in China, obviously. And I always remembered having to make dumplings with them. And I always thought it was a really messy job, and I didn't understand why we were making dumplings. But I learned how to make this as a kid as well. So definitely not going to be as skillful as Chef Zhang, but I can also make a couple wrappers as well. And the wrappers, Mr. Zhang was saying as well, is round, which symbolizes union, being together with the family. For those of us who tuned in yesterday, we were talking about the Spring Festival migration. I'm left-handed, so I'm just going the other way.
哦，您左手。
我左撇子，而且我擀出来的都是方块。差一些，差很多了。I'm actually absolutely the worst at making wrappers. So yesterday we were saying how actually the Chinese New Year is the most important festival, the most important event in the Chinese calendar, and every year hundreds of millions of people go home to visit their families over this 7-day national holiday, because it's pretty much like Christmas and New Year's rolled into one, and just made a very ugly wrapper. 这个好像还是差一点。我每次擀出来都是变成一个方块。
很不错，很不错。
and
讲出来讲究就是中边厚，两边薄，包出饺子就是薄皮大馅的，
对，
这样。
对。So we're going to be making this for a while, and let us know if this is something that you've tried at home. 哇 ，Colin， 你好厉害，你比我弄得厉害呢，而且还是用手擀的。Colin is so much better than I am. Look at that. That's so much better. It's almost perfectly round, and he did it by hand as well. 那你一会儿要不包个馅儿？你想包什么馅？And don't forget, you can write in to tell Colin which filling to use. We've got an assortment. 你想吃糖蒜啊？哦，行。大蒜还可以。So Colin wanted to eat some. There's a particular kind of garlic in China which is preserved and soaked in like sugar and vinegar, and he thinks it's that particular kind of garlic. It's actually just raw garlic. 你要不吃一口试试，看是不是糖蒜？要不尝一口？我们已经把蒜包好了。
你先尝一尝好不好吃？
哦，特别好吃。So yeah, let us know if you'd like us to put any particular filling into the dumpling. And the dumpling itself.
这样可以，这样抓住这儿，抓住那个边儿，然后一下，再转一下，再来一下。
Okay. Yeah, it definitely requires hand-eye coordination, which I don't have, in order to make good dumpling wrappers. So we were talking about the Spring Festival earlier, and over this period, everyone goes home to celebrate with their family, and dumplings are a must. 啊，你已经包好了，哇！
这是什么小怪兽吧
Look at that! That's incredible. He's already made a full dumpling. 您说这个能直接下水就煮了吗？
啊，
这个应该可以，再稍微捏一下。
对，稍微捏一下，要不然就该
太好了，太好了，
破了。
对。So Colin has already made his first dumpling. 那你一会儿记着，咱们下了之后，你就记着这个你的饺子是这样子的，别忘了吃这个饺子。我们都特别期待看你的糖蒜饺子。We're just saying that we're all eagerly awaiting Colin's experience of eating his garlic dumpling. So dumplings are traditionally made with the entire family because it's a family event. We need people to make the dough. We need people to make the fillings, which we've already done today. And it's something that brings the entire family together. But you only eat it close to midnight because in the past, traditionally, there were, I believe, 24, or was it 12? I think 12 periods of the day. The day was split into 2-hour sections, and the section between 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. Was called something 子. The Chinese name for dumplings is 饺子, and so it basically means to see in the new year, see in that particular period of time. And so it has to be done, it has to be eaten for midnight to see in the new year. And I'm just going to say hello to those of us watching at home. On Weibo, Bella Yin says that they've been eating 饺子 for the whole day. 吃了一天饺子，确实应该是吃一天饺子。咱们铺今天就是得吃饺子。I haven't actually eaten any dumplings since arriving here, so I'm really super jealous of you. And Shixin says, are there any dumplings with pork and mushroom? Oh, I don't think we have that today. It's pork and onion today. But we should definitely prepare that in the future. It's also one of my favorites for Spring Festival as well. I actually really like egg and chives too. That's delicious. And also want to say a good day to you as well, Mohasin. Thank you for tuning into our live stream. We're just making some dumplings here. 哇，咱们这赶的还得赶一会儿，也是一种享受。其实，
对。这个在这个擀饺子当中，应该是越擀越圆，其实它也是一种享受，你知道吗？
对。
它有时候你擀的是长的，它有时候擀是方的，哎，你感觉这个突然把这个擀圆了，哎呀，我特别高兴。
就是特别有成就感。
对。
其实 we were just saying how because I'm not very good at rolling out these wrappers, it's actually a fun journey to making the perfect round dumpling wrapper. Mine have all been turning out kind of square and rectangle and oblong, but when I eventually get a nice perfectly round wrapper, that's going to make my day. So we've got a couple here already, and 我觉得其实咱们边擀边把这个边包也可以，是吧？
可以。
要不然咱们这个擀了之后，这个皮儿也都干了。对。So we're going to start putting the fillings in now as well, because if we make all of the dumpling wrappers, it's going to dry and they're going to crack, and we're going to be boiling our dumplings in there later. So we want to make sure that
放那里是吗？
待会儿对，咱们包完了，要不放那边？
可以。
或者您先放在案板上，然后我给匀过去也可以。You want to make sure that your wrappers are nice and evenly rolled out, and that they don't get dry, that they don't crack. Colin, are you hungry? We're waiting for you to eat your garlic dumpling. 大蒜饺子可以吗？糖蒜饺子，特别期待你吃糖蒜饺子。你要不再包一个饺子？包一个，我把这个给你。你再手工包一个饺子。
面有点软。
面有点软啊。
我面有点软。
你要这个吗？啊，手机。Oh yeah, it's a bit of a messy business. We've got flour everywhere. As you can see, I've got it all over myself as well. And yes, of course, in Saudi Arabia as well. It's something that is popular, I think, around the world. What is it called in Central Asia, though, dumplings? It must have a different name. I know in in Japan, for example, there's pan-fried dumplings, which are called gyoza. There's pilmeni, which is Russian dumplings. There's kinkali, which are Georgian dumplings. And then there's pierogi, Polish. What else is there? Write in, let me know what other kinds of dumplings there are. And if you've had dumplings, if you make dumplings in your country, let me know. 你这个是要给我吗？还是？哎，你的鼻子上好，已经吃到鼻子上了。哎呦，谢谢 Colin. And Colin's my assistant for today. He's just very kindly given me a piece of dough. Which, what did you put in it? I thought he wanted me to roll it out. 它里面放的。我摸出来了。Colin's very kindly made us a red date dumpling. This is the Chinese jujube. It's dried and it goes in tea. But today, we'll be putting it in our dumplings. And one of our lucky crew will hopefully chance upon this. Cam says, some are boiled in water and some are boiled and pan-fried. Exactly, there are many ways of making dumplings. Traditionally, 把这放这边也可以。直接可以摆。好嘞，好嘞。Traditionally, we boil dumplings here in the north, but personally, I love pan-fried dumplings. I think they're the best kind. But you can also steam them. You need a different kind of flour, though. You need much thinner flour. And Dusty says, I really like your name, by the way, because we're all getting very dusty today. 今天我吃饺子，今天大家都吃饺子. That's your Chinese is pretty good. Dusty basically said, today we're eating dumplings. And Hang, neither have I. At least you'll eat some later. Oh well, you'll eat dumplings in spirit with us today, and hopefully after making all these dumplings today, you'll also know how to make them at home. We also have more comments. Hello, welcome to the team. So Summer has just joined us as well. Say hello everyone to Summer. She's also going to be making us some dumplings today. Say hello. Hello. Happy Chinese New Year. And by the way, Summer's mum is Lynn, and Colin's mum is also Lynn. So we've got Lynn 1, Lynn 2. So we've got Summer, Colin, and the two Lyns. And they're going to be helping us today because Spring Festival, Chinese New Year, is all about being together with friends and family. And let us know as well if you like them to make any particular kinds of dumplings for us. We've got 8 particularly unique ingredients that don't normally go into dumplings. We've got some red dates, wasabi paste, just literally raw cloves of garlic, coriander, which is great. I love coriander in dumplings, raw chili, dried chilies, peppercorn, and just one giant stick of ginger, which is enough to make several dumplings. So let us know if you'd like to put any of those into our dumplings, and we'll see who's lucky enough to bite into one of these. Patrick, hopefully this will be enough. You'll be able to eat some dumplings vicariously through us. But you should be able to order them as well. Dumplings are super popular everywhere around the world. And I just realized, like, Mr. Chef Zhang is very hard at work. He's filled a third of our little plate there already of dumplings. Cam, yes, pot stickers. That's a particular kind of dumpling that is pan-fried. And there are many different ways of making dumplings. Dusty, so in parts of Shanxi you were taught mantou is a steamed bread, and you'd order it BBQ style with a bit of seasoning. That's great. So 其实这个咱们白面刚才赶出来也可以直接做馒头是吧？
对对对。
所以虽然咱们今天是用来做饺子，但是平时直接蒸馒头也可以。
对，馒头就是小麦。
Oh, okay.
对，白面。
Well, there we go. Chef Zhang just said that the dough that we were using, the dough that we're using now to make these dumpling wrappers, can just be used to make
什么东西全是小麦。
Okay.
面条。
Exactly. So you can use it to make mantou, you can use it to make noodles. So there we go. You'll never run out of things to make with this particular kind of dough. Panda, yes, welcome back. I know you were tuning in last couple of days as well. We are still in Gubei Water Town. Today is the Po, which means breaking the fifth. And today we always eat dumplings. There are many superstitions leading up to today. And on Po, you're breaking the fifth, so you're breaking these superstitions, and we celebrate by eating dumplings. Hang, yes, mantou is sort of Chinese bread. It's pretty much like a Chinese bun. And internet persona in Eastern Europe, they make fruit-filled dumplings. I know, I was doing a bit of research yesterday, and I think there are sweet dumplings. 我给你们点这个，你们可以做一些饺子，手捏饺子。
手捏饺。手捏。
I know in Eastern Europe there are sweet dumplings filled with cherry jam, right? Cherries, actual cherries, and cottage cheese. Those are very tasty with some sour cream. I love those kinds as well. Here in China, they're usually just savory. And I think a lot of people will find it weird to eat sweet dumplings, but I personally am a fan. And so right now we're making our fillings. You don't want too much, just a good amount. In China, it's always about moderation. Too many fillings and your dumpling will explode, and too little, it's just not going to be tasty. So what you want to do is make these pleats. I'm not particularly good, but I remember doing this as a kid with my parents. So
你还会捏饺子？
没办法，小时候家人逼着我做，肯定是一起要捏，但我这个有点干了。So there's a trick to making the pleats. 您可以教我们观众怎么捏这个饺子吗？
咱们中国传统饺子就是过年的时候，我从头来一个啊。
可以。So then first you fold it in half, and my wrap is not very good. That's why you need them perfectly round. Otherwise, it's very difficult to wrap your dumplings. And you want to make sure that, not too many fillings. 你看我这个刚才没擀好这个饺子皮儿，所以现在包的时候就比较费劲了。You got to make sure that your dough remains moist. And that's why you don't make all of your dough wrappers before putting in the fillings. This one's not bad. This one's turned out all right. Hopefully 1 in 10 of my dumplings will look like this. So there's also a reason why people eat dumplings, especially during Spring Festival.
来，这手掌心先托住这个面皮儿。
Okay, so you hold.
对，托住面皮儿。
You hold the wrapper first.
㧟上1/3的馅儿。
About a third of a spoon with filling.
对，两个边儿对折。
Okay, so you just
对折
fold it in half.
对，
and
这个
stick
手
the top.
这个虎口握着。
Okay,
这个
and
手
with
是这个虎口握着这边。
Okay, and you
这
seal
个
it.
食指托着点这饺子。
Uh-huh.
对，然后这个指头往这儿一捏。
Wow.
这就是咱们中国传统，哎，这面有点软，有点干，有点软。
Not everyone gets it right the first time.
这就是中国传统那个元宝饺子。
哦，怪不得你那么快呢，我捏半天呢，我那捏饺子。So, let's try again. And 你们这边没面了是吧？你们效率太低了。我们这，你看张师傅都擀出一半了，我们这边什么都没做。这个是什么馅儿啊？什么馅儿的？饺子馅儿，饺子馅的饺子，挺好。Summer said, I asked her what filling this is, and she said it's dumpling filling. It's a dumpling inside of a dumpling. But I spotted something red. I think she put a little bit of date in there. Panda, thank you for tuning in as well. China is a huge country, and there are so many different cultures, so many different traditions here. So I think we're just really scratching the surface. But dumplings really are just popular all across China, and I think worldwide as well. And it's really something very Chinese, something you must have during Spring Festival. 好，您这个特别圆哈，先我学习一下。
来
1/3的馅。A third.
对。
Of a spoon with filling.
这个。
Hold it in one hand.
这手对上
with the other.
对。
Fold it in half. 捏一下。这个虎口。And squeeze it between your forefinger and your thumb to seal the edge. Okay.
这个虎口托住，然后这个虎口捏一下。
这样子弄是吗？
对，就 OK 了。
这样子捏一下。
这个边儿不让它出来。
啊！Nope, it just came out.
对，就这样也可以。
Okay. 我还是按照我爸妈的方式，这还是老习惯。
包饺子方式特别多。
对。
最传统的还是元宝饺子，过年了嘛。
对。
元宝饺子不就象征那个？
就像元宝哈。
对。
So you can see that my dumplings are very different to Chef Zhang's. None of mine are. No two are the same. And his particular kind of dumplings, they're all of one particular shape. They're called 元宝 dumplings. And 元宝 is
象征的团团圆圆。
团团圆圆哈。但其实在古代时候，元宝也是金钱。
对，大富大贵。
对。So in the past, money was shaped like this. They had silver ingots and gold ingots in China shaped like this. So eating a dumpling shaped like an ingot is also meant to bring you wealth and good fortune. And all of his are really nice and shapely. I think I'm just going to continue making mine like this. Everyone makes dumplings different ways. I was taught to make mine like this by my parents, and it's, you know what they say, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. So I'm just going to stick to this particular version. 哇，你们手捏的也好厉害！哇，太厉害了 ！Look at them. Colin was able to make a perfect circle with this dumpling, just with his. He really likes his peppercorn. 这个馅儿太少了，不行，其实多放点，多放点。Yeah, you can't be too stingy with your dumpling filling. 3 peppercorn, 4 peppercorns are not enough. You definitely need to put a nice handful. 夏天的饺子永远都是饺子馅的饺子。Summer loves her dumpling flavored dumpling. It's just literally dough fillings. Dusty, you are very much correct. Soy, vinegar, pepper oil, and some garlic for dipping. That would be fantastic. That is actually my favorite dipping sauce as well. You always need to dip garlic in vinegar, preferably 老醋, so from northern China, and a little bit of soy sauce, chili oil, just absolutely perfect, and also some cloves. You just crush them, chop them up, chuck them in there, beautiful, and a little bit of baijiu, doesn't hurt. And hello to Didi from Australia. Thank you for tuning in. Are you making dumplings over there as well? Let us know. We're hopefully you guys are following along at home. We're just teaching everyone the traditional way of making dumplings here in northern China. 在南方就是做饺子和，其实南方吃的饺子不是那么多哈。
对，他们吃饺子一般都是吃馄饨或者是蒸饺。
对，其实也是饺子类的。
对，都是这种。
So in southern China, they don't eat this kind of dumpling as much as we do up here in the north. People will tend to eat spring rolls. 这个是糖葫芦啊！哇，真棒！你们真有创意。So our friends are just making, they're just being creative. They've made candied haws. If you tuned into our live stream yesterday, there's a particular traditional Chinese snack, which is basically a skewer with candied fruits of the hawthorn tree, which are very tart fruits. But then when you cover them in sugar, it's just amazing, and kids loved it, as you can tell. And 咱们擀面的时候有什么讲究吗？因为擀面的时候我老做不好。
擀
就是对，就是您这样的揪的时候，我老弄不会。咱们面不用发哈。
怎么发？
就是都不用，这都不是发的面。
对，这不是发，
不是发
饺子面不能发。
Okay, so with we're just saying with dumpling dough.
包子面、臊子面、饼面都得发。
那都可以发哦。So with dumpling dough, there's no yeast involved. You don't want it to raise.
面包都是发面。
对。These are pretty much flatbread. There's no yeast involved. Thank you, Noella, for tuning in as well. I agree, Hang. The best dumplings are pan-fried dumplings. We think alike. Great minds think alike. Sick note, boiled, steamed, or fried. Today we're going to be making boiled. Steamed requires a different kind of dough. And we actually have spinach dough today as well, so we're gonna move on to that later on. And pan-fried, I don't know. I'll see if I can coax them to make some pan-fried. Those are my favourite. East Asian and Southeast Asian food in Saudi Arabia. Oh, that's fantastic. I love that particular kind of food as well. I've never been to Saudi Arabia either. Would love to go. Cam says, all of the above. When pan-fried, water and oil is needed, and then when it evaporates, it starts the pan-frying to crisp the bottom. Wow, 又是一个时薪。太实在了。夏天 definitely, when you order food from the house of summer, you can be sure that you get plenty of dough in your dumplings. Cam, you really are an expert at cooking, aren't you? That is exactly how you make pan-fried dumplings. My wife makes those. I don't know how to make them, so that's great to know. Didi, your neighbor's from China. Oh, cool. And she taught you how to make dumplings. That's awesome. Panda, great love to you as well. Thank you for tuning in today.
小笼包，
小笼包，哇，这是谁捏的？这是你做的？对，我做的。No wonder， 太厉害了。This is it's like a Shanghainese soup dumpling, a 小笼包. This is fantastic, and Lin is the master chef of that. 哇，这个也是小笼包是吗？
是花朵。
哇，花朵，对我也猜了，好像像一个花瓶。We're just making those sculptures here. I think they were influenced yesterday over in the main plaza here at Gubei Watertown. They have these incredible figurines made of dough, sort of like when you make stuff out of plasticine and Play-Doh and clay as a kid. So I think she was definitely influenced by that. She's made a very beautiful little flower for us over here. I don't know if you can see. So I think they're going to eat those. We'll leave it to them to eat their creations. 哎，哇，好厉害！这个是你做了一个大馕是吗？哇，不是，这是一个饼干。哇，是饼干吗？哇，谢谢谢谢，饼干里还有馅儿哈。嗯，那肯定是要妈妈吃了，是吧？这儿子做的，妈妈肯定要感受一下。Colin has very kindly made us a dough biscuit with a very special filling. He made a dough biscuit with peppercorn, so you can be sure that you'll get a very nice surprise. Peppercorn are used in Sichuanese cuisine to give this really intense, tingling, numbing sensation on your tongue. It's a bit Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. So I wonder how he'll enjoy his dumplings later. I really need to get a move on. I've only made 3 of these. 不好意思，我这速度太慢了，对。
你有那么捏就可以。
好嘞，其实就是从小跟父母一起包这个饺子，就习惯性了，就不会按别的方式来包了。Have any of you made dumplings at home? Let us know if this dumpling technique is something that you use, or whether you have a different kind of dumpling technique. 哇，这个是什么呀？
这是饼干。
哦，饼干，哇，都是饼干了。今天有饼干，也有花朵，也有麻辣饼干，还有包子。Wow. See our little chefs, they're full of creativity. We've got biscuits, we've got numb biscuits. We've got 包子 and we've got flowers. Gonna let them eat their creations. I only know how to make these.
哎，你包的也好看。
我这个包的没有一个是一样的。我其实从小就跟父母包，然后他们教的也不会就是按照别的方式来包了。
与众不同，每一个都是。
对，每个都有个性。你们要包吗？我们这有馅。
对，这有馅。
发一个吧。
显一下你们的手艺。
我会包饺子。
啊，真的？
对，我也是第一次看人包饺子，南方比较少会包饺子。
哦，那你家里包什么呀？啊。
他们南方都吃馄饨是吧？汤圆、元宵，对。
哦。
对。
那你包馄饨吗？饺子馄饨？
其实馄饨会比较简单，就对折一下，像小金鱼的尾巴一样。
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, here we go. We just found out something new. Lynn has never made dumplings before. Lynn has never made dumplings before. She makes wontons at home, which are pretty much dumplings anyway. They're just like smaller dumplings. Exactly. Oh wow, that's great. Thank you. Summer made a crepe. Lovely. It's gonna I don't know what to do with it 。这里边是什么馅儿的呀，小天？
饺子馅。
这也是啊，也是饺子馅的。好，谢谢。Wow, look at that, showing off. 哇，这个是高手啊，这个柳叶饺子。
地方叫的不一样，有些叫柳叶，有些叫小老鼠，有些叫叶子。
This is a leaf-shaped dumpling. Wow. Okay, we have a real pro here. 那你来吧，我就不包了。我去吃我的法式的饼。这个是什么呀？饺。面团馅的面团是吗？哇，太棒了，谢谢。I love all this creativity we're coming out with today. Spark, thank you for tuning in today. China is celebrating its New Year almost every day. So we're currently on the 5th day of the Chinese New Year. The Chinese New Year changes every single year and usually lands somewhere around January or February. Very occasionally, I think, in March. And that's because China's calendar is lunisolar. It's based on both the sun and the moon, whereas the Gregorian calendar is based on just the sun. And so Chinese New Year is called, in Chinese, it's called Spring Festival. It's 春节. So we're literally heralding in the spring. It's a new season. And Chinese New Year typically lasts 15 days. But here we get a national holiday that's a week long. And Chinese New Year ends on another festival called Lantern Festival. Today it's the 5th day of the Chinese New Year, so we still have 2 more days of the national holiday left. It's also a time when everyone travels home to be with their loved ones, to be with their family. 这个是什么呀？
这是面团。
这个是面团。
咱们做疙瘩汤吧。
疙瘩汤太难了。
啊，是吗？但是咱们已经做好一半了，疙瘩都出来了。Every time Summer gives me something, I'm like, oh, is it another dumpling flavored dumpling? I'm just going to turn these into a couple wrappers so we can make some dumplings with actual fillings. 再给一个好，咱们再给夏天一个。你要做什么呀？我看你做。做饺子好啊，什么馅的饺子？And also, we have 8 very special fillings today. We've got red dates, jujubes, they're called in China. We've got wasabi, a nice whole tube of fresh wasabi, some raw garlic, coriander, fresh chilies with the seeds still in, so they're bound to be very spicy, some dried chilies, some peppercorn, and a whole stick of ginger. Let us know if you'd like to see any of those ingredients in our dumplings, and we'll give our crew is with us here, obviously, and we'll see who's lucky enough to get a bite of one of those special ingredients. Because, 哇，这个是什么呀？羊肉串。Very good， 很丰富。这羊肉串怎么只有一块肉啊？这个是洋葱还是肉啊？是肉啊，是什么肉啊？哇，你这个是啥？这个是羊肉串，这个很好。这个是串串香的那种串吧？
这1毛钱一串的。
这是多少钱一个串的呀？
那是我爸，这是1毛钱。
The kids are making some skewers, some kebabs for us. Summer has made she's selling that for 5. 哦，谢谢，哇，好香。真棒。你上面是不是要撒点料啊？撒点盐。Just sprinkle a bit of salt, a little bit of peppercorn, 蘸点 coriander. 你吃吗？现在？
你吃吗
？The kids are making our skewers.
天然叔叔。
哎。
天然叔叔。
哇啊，谢谢。我都不敢接了。Both kids are
是蛇。
这是蛇呀！哇，能看出来。对，它的眼睛在哪儿啊？眼睛在那里边。哪个是头，哪个是尾巴呀？这个尾巴。哇，真好。这个是一个小蛇。Someone's made a snake. Wow, we're getting very creative here.
最长的蛇还有呢。
好，那你赶快赶一个，你可以把这个赶成蛇。天然叔叔不太会做面皮。
你看这个长蛇。
这个蛇更长了，这个长大了。
这蛇长吗？这个。
哇，这个蛇最长的。We're just comparing our those sculptures right now. Someone's making a snake.
这么长的蛇。
哇，好大的蛇！
看我的大肉。
哇！
这是10块钱一手，我大串。
Colin has made the world's largest kebab with just one giant piece of meat. I'm sure it'll be very tasty. And I hope you also have a great time with your family as well. Panda, thank you for tuning in these last couple live streams. And make sure to write into us. Let us know if you eat dumplings at home and whether you have dumplings in your country and what kind of fillings you have and how you make them. Because I know that dumplings are famous around the world. All sorts of different kinds of dumplings. Sweet dumplings, savory ones. We're making savory ones today. And I mentioned a couple earlier, but I'm not sure what other kinds of dumplings there are. Let us know in the comments. 辛苦您了，我这一直在说话，您一直在忙活。
没关系。
我其实家里也是这么赖，我就是一直在旁边跟我爸妈说话，然后他们就使劲擀面，然后我就看着。It's funny because making dumplings is a family sport, and when I make dumplings with my parents, often I'm just standing to the side, and I'm drinking my tea, and I'm watching my dad make the wrapper. 哇，这是什么呀？
面团子又一个面团子。
太好了，太好了。
这是一个面团子。
好多面团子。So usually my dad makes the dough and he makes the mince. My dad does all the cooking actually, and my mum and I make the dumplings. But often I'm just kind of standing there and I'm drinking tea and I'm just chatting to them and pretty much just being lazy. It's a good way of not having to do any work. But today I've really been slacking. Gonna move on. 我都不好意思把我的饺子放那儿，我把饺子放这边吧。我的饺子太难看了。The most important thing when making dumplings is to do it in moderation. Put the filling in moderation. You don't want too much filling. You don't want too little filling. Too much and they'll start leaking out. We're going to be boiling our dumpling, and that is a real test of your dumpling ship. Because if you don't pleat them well, if you don't seal them well, then they're just going to create a soup as opposed to dumplings. If you put too few fillings, it's just not going to be tasty. 您最喜欢哪种馅儿的饺子？
我最喜欢韭菜鸡蛋。
韭菜鸡蛋是吧？哎呀，我也是，我的韭菜鸡蛋特别香。哇，这是糖葫芦还是肉串啊？
这是糖葫芦。
Oh, okay. Someone's just made us some candy balls.
冰糖葫芦、山楂葫芦了，是不是？
对对对，是冰糖，好吃吗？
今天把想吃的都做一遍。
今天咱们包完饺子，他们就不用吃饭了。After we finish making these dumplings, the kids can just go to sleep. They've had their fill of biscuits, of skewers, of wonton. 哦，这个很漂亮，这是你做的吧？对，怪不得呢。Lynn is very good. She's a pro at this. She's made a very beautiful. 这是属于馄饨还是饺子？
不知道，我就是也是想看妈妈就是包各种各样的样子，
这是馄饨是吗？
哦，
哇哦，
应该也是吧。
That's awesome.
没有名字。
This is a wonton. Man, we've got real pros. What am I doing here? We'll put this here.
各式各样。
对啊，最好的都是你的，你看。
在那儿。
对，那必须要。Oh, Hang thinks we should have chocolate fillings. I totally agree. 咱们可以，咱们要是能做巧克力馅儿的那就好了。巧克力馅儿不太好弄啊。巧克力馅儿应该做得了。
巧克力。
只要包上以后它不漏就可以，就跟咱中国包那个汤圆那红糖一样。
对对对对对对对
包上不漏就行。巧克力包上它化一化它，
对对对对
包不
对
严它就流了，
对对对对对。
就剩一个皮儿了吃着。
巧克 Oh yeah, we could do that. So we could freeze the chocolate first, and then wrap it, and then like pan fry it. And if you could have pan fried chocolate. That's fantastic. We could have pan fried chocolate dumplings. We don't have any chocolate. We're not going to pan fry. But that's a really good idea. Maybe I'll try it at home. Let's give.
其实巧克力可以和面，巧克力和成面。
哦，是吧？
对，
巧克力
和成面也可以。
就直接放在咱们这种饺子里的
对，
面吗？
把巧克力那个融化以后，跟这面和一起。
Okay.
和成巧克力面可以。
Okay, Chef John was just saying that you can actually you can melt the chocolate and then just put it into your dough. So you could definitely try that. Give it a try, Hank. That would be really cool. Actually, chocolate with pork and onion. That could be a really interesting mixture. We have 咱们这一大坨面能擀出来，能做差不多多少个饺子？
啊，刚才大概算一下，也就60-70个吧。
60-70个 ，OK。
60-70个。
So this big ball of dough can make roughly 60-70 dumplings. We've got a lot of mouths to feed, so I think we're going to be making dumplings for a while now. But this is definitely a family affair. 你们想吃饺子吗？想吃吗？
想吃饺子，要不要吃饺子？吃饺子。
是吗？
这么大的大龙猫。
Well, they're just ignoring me. They're not going to get any dumplings then. I was just thinking that this is almost filled up. Once we fill that up, maybe we'll make one batch of dumplings so the kids can get a bit of food, and we can also taste our handiwork. 咱们要不把这个弄满了之后，咱们下一波，然后就是孩子们就可以吃他们的糖蒜饺。
包一下。这锅煮不开。
那咱们得先把这个水先煮上。咱们把这开了吧，开了先煮上煮。So we'll put the water to boil first. It needs a bit of time. I've just been a little bit overzealous with my fillings here. I'm going to put some back. Otherwise, this is going to fall apart in the water. 咱们为什么不做煎饺子或者对，就煎饺子？我这煎饺子最好吃。
过年好吃是好吃，就过年就是饺子最好吃的还是水煮的，
就是必须得传统，按照传统来。然后就是晚上
馅儿还是必须就是大众馅儿，猪大葱的。
Yeah, I was just asking why we can't make pan fried, and it's just tradition. You got to go with tradition. And outside of Spring Festival, you can eat dumplings anytime you want. So you can get your. Ooh, this one's not turning out very good. 我这个就不行了。哎呀，这个
馅儿多了，
馅儿多了。
对，1/3就可以。
1/3。See, I was overzealous. 这个应该是包不上了吧？
那就不要它了，放一边可以。
Oh no, I've wasted one. I'll give it a try. 我觉得这应该还行，现在馅少了，试试。You never want to put too much filling in, because that's what happens. There we go. And especially when you're boiling dumplings, they just fall apart in the water. 韭菜鸡蛋饺子。I agree. 我也喜欢韭菜鸡蛋，我们俩都喜欢韭菜鸡蛋。刚才张师傅也说，他最喜欢就是韭菜鸡蛋饺子。Chef John was just saying his favorite is egg and chives. We don't have that today. We have the traditional kind, but that's also one of my favorites too. Tristan says the little girl is so cute. 咱们网友说夏天特别可爱。咱们可以待会儿再给网友做一个特别实实在在的面馅儿的饺子。夏天啊，夏天，你要不要跟 Tristan 叔叔说你好，跟他拜年，说新年快乐？
可不可以？对着那边镜头。
With Tristan, Summer's just going to say hello to you. She's a little bit shy. 你要不这样子跟叔叔这样子？
比心。
说叔叔比心，我爱你。
你会比他们1、2、3。对。
Yeah. Summer's just sending all her love to you, Tristan. Happy Chinese New Year to you too. 啊，OK，OK， I'm not quite sure with 三是啥意思？
这样，
啊，这样子啊，这个是什么意思啊？
吃酸。
哦，鸡爪。She loves you this much
下去。
然后这个就是一摁就可以了，是吧？
对对，一摁就
摁就可以了。
得放点薄面，放点
啊，
要
要不然
不然粘。
要不然粘了，对。
对。
妈妈疼。
This is what happens when you make dumplings at home. You get two people who are making. 哎，哇，这个是什么呀？
妈妈疼。
Every time someone's like, hey, Uncle Tianran, have a look. I'm always like, oh, what is she going to show me? And I was like, what's that? And she's like, it's a caterpillar. And I was like, yay!
这擀面杖。
哦，你要什么呀？你要这个吗？擀面，你要把毛毛虫压瘪了呀？好可怜的有毛毛虫。Summer has kindly made us a dumpling shaped like a caterpillar, and she asked for the rolling pin, and I think she's going to turn the caterpillar into a dumpling as well.
它放远了。
对，
其实用手擀也可以啊，就是费劲一点。
手慢，
手慢，对。你不用了吗？
不玩了。
干好了哦，谢谢谢谢。
擀出那个均匀薄厚。
夏天你要往里边放什么馅儿啊？这个是你的饺子皮儿吗？里边要放什么馅儿？
放饺子片儿。
放什么馅儿啊？饺子片馅儿啊。Every time Summer makes a dumpling, she just wants to make a dumpling flavored dumpling, a dough flavored dumpling. Just trying to get her to make something else. Okay. Meanwhile, we're doing the hard job. 快了。往往都是这样子，有2个人干活，剩下就在那玩。
对，
这个是分工。啊，水也一会儿也要开了。So the way I was taught to make dumplings is you squeeze the middle in, and then you squeeze the sides in like that, and then you pleat it. But everyone has their own way of making dumplings. And if you're just tuning into our live stream, Happy Chinese New Year from Gubei Watertown. We're on the outskirts of Beijing, and we're making dumplings because today is the traditional Chinese date, the festival of Po, which means breaking the fifth. And on this day, we eat dumplings. Why? Not quite sure. There's a number of beliefs. One belief is that today is when Chinese New Year ends, and we need to celebrate by eating dumplings. Another belief is that there are lots of superstitions, things that you can't do during Chinese New Year. Oh, 这个掉地上了. Oh. And today, all of the superstitions. 没事儿，不客气。你那个也要吃吗？这个土味儿的。哦，煮能才能吃的土味儿啊，也可以。And today is typically when you can break with those superstitions and you celebrate by eating dumplings. It really is just an excuse to eat dumplings. And Summer just dropped a little bit of dumpling dough on the floor, and I said, "Oh, it's a bit dirty now. Can't eat that." And she was like, "No, you have to boil it first. Otherwise it's too dirty." And yeah, I really enjoy talking to you guys at home, honestly. It's so much fun to be able to connect with everyone around the world and make dumplings with you in real time, because this is what making dumplings is supposed to be about, just fun, festive, and manic. 水开了可以下吗？还是或者也可以，咱们可以煮一波。
可以煮一波。
咱们可以煮一波。Okay, so our water is boiled, and Chef Zhang is going to make our first batch of dumplings. 这里边没有啊，都是好吃的。这里边还没有这个。
这种没有。
这里边还没有。
花椒，奇奇怪怪花椒。
奇奇怪怪，对，赶快封上，咱们可以下饺子了。So we're going to boil the first batch, we've got pork and onion filling dumplings over there, but we're also going to chuck in a couple of Summer or Collins dumplings there. We're just rushing them now. 夏天，你看你妈妈，你看你妈妈包的，你跟妈妈学习。
怎么着？我现在是
下吧，
可以煮点吗？
可以煮点，可以煮点。没事，咱们就在那边煮一些。So, Chef Zhang is going to put the first batch of dumplings in. We've got boiling water over there. 张师傅，咱们这边是等多久这个饺子就能煮好了？咱们饺子得煮多久啊
？5、6分钟吧。
Okay. Okay, so about 5-6 minutes, and the dumplings will be ready. 咱们煮饺子有什么讲究吗？
煮饺子
啊，
就是刚下的时候，你得拿那勺呼噜一下，要不它粘锅里了就，
Okay.
知道吗？轻轻的拨，顺着边儿，一点一点的转起来就可以。
Okay, so Chef Zhang is just showing us that when you put the dumplings in, you've got to use a spoon to just push it around so to make sure it doesn't stick to the edges of the bowl. In my family, we have a different way of putting the dumplings into boiling water. So this was my grandma's technique. Whenever I asked her how long it takes to boil dumplings, she never told me an exact time. She just said, wait until the water's boiled, put the dumplings in. After it's boiled again, put a bowl of water in so it stops boiling. And then once it started boiling again, put another bowl of water. And in total, you put, I think, 2 or 3 bowls of water in. And then the dumplings are ready when it finally boils again for the last time. And I have no idea how much time that takes. I don't use that method either. Typically, you just wait until the dumplings have started floating, and then they're ready to eat. 什么醒啊？大大的哇！可以，你们真是有创意。待会也芥末的也是归你们的了。Hi, and Happy New Year to you. Where are you living? If we're going to air fry the dumplings to you, we need to freeze them, but you need to give us your address so we can send them over to you. It might take a little while though. These are fresh dumplings. Hopefully by the time they arrive where you are, they will still be fresh. As long as we flash freeze them, it should be fine. Dusty, I agree. The chef makes it look so easy to roll out the small wrappers. Yet he does it so well and so fast. We all aspire to be like him, don't we? It's very hard to do. Mr. Nice Guy. We love you too, Mr. Nice Guy. Who's that? Who's Mr. Nice Guy? Let us know. Gubei, here we come. Please, we welcome you here. Please come and celebrate Chinese New Year with us as well, Panda. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay. Whoever's the lucky soul in our crew is gonna get a giant mouthful of dried chilies. Oh, I hope it's not me, because our director has a tendency of making me eat weird stuff. But you guys write in. If you don't want to see me with a mouthful of chilies, please write in and save me. Otherwise, our director's going to make me eat all this weird stuff. Meanwhile, I'm going to make some nice, tasty ones. Ooh, the dumpling wrappers are a little bit dry. Wow, 这个是Oh, that power in your hand. 这个是什么馅的？辣椒馅的。为什么那么愤怒啊？
你已经开始辣椒了。
I was like, Summer, what kind of filling is it? She was like, chili filling. I think she's already suffering the effects of the chili. 夏天太可爱了，我都不敢问她了。3个饺子，哇！4个饺子都是辣椒馅的吗？哦 That was fast. Okay, our first batch of dumplings are ready. Okay.
吃几个？7个，这碗太小，吃完再盛行吗？
吃饺子有什么讲究吗？
吃饺子
啊，有什么习俗吗？
其实要馅儿正好的话，就是什么料汁都不要，就是吃原味的饺子。
OK。
有的人喜欢吃醋，
对对对。
有的人喜欢吃酱油或者辣椒蘸上料汁这样吃。
对对对。
但是还是吃原味是最好的。
Okay. So the if your dumplings are good, and I'm sure ours are, you just eat it like that. Otherwise, a lot of people enjoy dipping your dumplings in vinegar with a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of chili oil. Perfect. I love it too. And some minced garlic. 饺子就吃几个有什么说法？你们吃吧，没事，你们先吃。我先看一下。Just making sure they don't smell like chilies or anything. Okay, I think these are normal. I think these are regular dumplings. I'll give it a try. 我尝一下咱们这个饺子如何。Oh, it's really hard to make good boiled dumplings too. Very hot. Oh, oh, 特别好 ，perfect. 特别好吃。我觉得夏天，我觉得这少点辣椒馅儿，我这不够辣。要不给我撒点辣椒吧？
小米辣。
这里有辣椒。
给叔叔来小米辣给他吃。
Someone's like, "Don't worry, I've got a dumpling filled with chilies just for you." 好吃，特别好，特别棒。Oh, I love it. Oh, eating dumplings fresh out the pot is absolutely the best. 待会儿煮吧。咱们现在有好几碗了。
那我把那个再包完得了。
咱们继续包。
我把那个再包完它。
And this is really the fun of making dumplings, eating dumplings while you make them. One person's making them, the other person's boiling the dumplings, and everyone else is just eating. It's all part of the experience. And often I'm eating on my feet as well. Time to get back to work. 咱们网友说最喜欢吃饺子，小宝贝们好可爱。咱们小宝贝们，哎，一个小宝贝不要了，他不吃的，吃够了。夏天，你要不要给咱们网友朋友打个招呼，给他们一个辣椒饺子？
给他们一个辣椒饺子，好不好？
我把辣椒全糊在嘴巴上了。
这个饺子给大家展示一下。
或者你的糖葫芦饺子呢？羊肉串饺子也可以啊。Someone has very kindly made us a. 这个是羊肉串饺子，多少钱的饺子啊？多少钱的羊肉串
？2块钱。
2块钱。
性价比提高。
哇，还自带一个筷子呢。Okay. So we're halfway done, and you might be looking at this and wondering why this particular pile of dough is green. Don't worry, we didn't add any particular colorings. It's just green because it's made with spinach. And so these kinds of dough, obviously very pretty, more decorative, and they taste vaguely like spinach. I've made them before. It's not too noticeable. I think it's a great way to get your kids to eat greens. If your kid doesn't like spinach, make it into a dumpling. Okay. 还行吗？饺子是什么馅儿的？
猪肉大葱。
哦，
吃半天
就还没有吃到那些。哦，那我们赶快把那些下了，然后就可以。Yeah, we haven't had any surprises yet. We've only been putting in the normal filling. No one's had any of these weird ones. Make sure to write in, let us know what particular weird filling you'd like us to put in our dumplings, and we'll wrap one of them for you. Okay. 好吃。您还没吃呢吧？您也可以赶快吃点饺子。
待会儿
就这个点儿了，饿了。这个就是应该这样的，边擀面边包饺子边吃饺子。
就刚煮出来是最好吃的。
对对对。
一凉饺子就。
对，饺子不能凉着吃。
对，就趁热吃，
对
烫着嘴吃。
对对对。It's funny because in China, in northern China, there's a tradition of staying up on Spring Festival Eve to ring in the new year. And typically people go out after midnight to set off fireworks, and then once they come back, they start boiling another batch of dumplings. And I remember when I first came back to China, you know, going through the whole tradition with my family, and a lot of my aunts are in their 60s and their 70s, and they were like, hey, let's stay up and ring in the new year. And I was like, I'm tired, it's 11 o'clock. And they were like, no, you got to stay up until 2, 3 a.m. I was like, what? As if we're going out on a Friday night. And then when we came back, obviously we had to eat more, but I was already stuffed. And just eating tons is really the spirit of Spring Festival. 你们要不要再包点你们的经典的饺子？哇，这个是啥？
面团子。
我以后不要问了，我直接说，哎，这是面团子吗？还是面团子？OK。
慢点包吧，没有馅。
哦，行，
慢点包。
可以可以，我们剩下来就可以包这些怪馅了。So we've run out of fillings now, and that means that it's time for sudden death. Now that we're out of normal fillings, we can only put in the weird ones. Welcome back, Colin.
饺子，然后魏天然叔叔吃一个饺子，我就可以看3级汪汪转了。
Colin wants to watch his cartoons. 那你看汪汪队之前你要做什么呀？你要跟我们吃饺子吧？你要不再包点饺子？
这个我爱吃，这个饺子，然后天然叔叔吃一个饺子。那你魏天然叔叔吃这个饺子？
Colin's just saying before he goes to watch his cartoons, he's going to feed me a dumpling, and I'm just really worried because I'm seeing a nice little seeing a lot of green on that particular dumpling wrapper. Might just be wasabi. 这个芥末要是下了煮了之后会煮成啥样呢？
包一试。包一试。
包一个试试。我就特别怕他们包这个试。我吃哪个饺子啊？吃这个饺子。这个什么馅？菜菜馅。哇，那可以，香菜馅很好，我喜欢吃香菜。Summer's just made me a lovely coriander flavored dumpling. 哇，真棒！你比我厉害多了。哎呦，真好。Looks like a
包点什么馅儿的？
菜馅的。
香菜。
对，香菜。
他包的是菜，对，香菜馅的。So now.
大蒜。
We've run out of fillings. I think everyone's experienced this. They open their fridge and there's nothing inside. All sorts of weird ingredients, and you just got to make the best. 对，您看怎么能包出来一个好吃的这个怪馅的饺子？有办法吗？
这些食材。山楂馅煮出来应该是酸的。
酸的。对。Okay, so we're trying to be creative with the remaining ingredients.
少来点吧，可以少来点。
So the dates are sour. This is wasabi. We're just trying to combine the flavors so that it will be tasty. Sour, garlic flavor, spicy. This is also spicy. This is numbing and tingly. This is just kind of heaty. It's ginger. But also should also be.
这个应该一煮就能看得出来，太小了。
对。Coriander's tasty. I'm going to make one of these crazy ones as well. What do we have? And Empire Boy, yeah, dumplings is your favorite food. It's one of my favorites too. It's super tasty. I love dumplings. Oh wow. Okay, so Joanne. Yeah, for sure. Dumplings go best with vinegar and a bit of soy sauce. And Panda is asking if we have peanut butter and banana dumplings. That could be very tasty. You like your sweet dumplings, don't you? You had your chocolate ones earlier. Internet persona says, pork, onion, and ginger for me, please. So we've got a bunch of pork and onion. These are all pork and onion. I don't think we have any ginger. 咱们这里没有加姜吧？这个猪肉大葱的。
没有吧？
没有加。Okay, so this is
应该是
traditional
姜
pork and
或
onion.
者是姜水。
姜水。
啊
Oh,
对
okay. So
姜泡一下水。
So we had pork and onion in all of these dumplings, but the mince was marinated in ginger infused water. So there we go. We've got exactly what you're asking for. 其实我看这种形状的我就让给你们吃了。对。Panda says raspberry jelly dumplings. That would be great. You really like your sweet dumplings, don't you? 我们有一个网友特别喜欢甜的，就是不是要巧克力馅儿的，就是要 peanut butter。peanut butter 怎么说？就是要花生酱和这个和对
玉米馅儿，
和玉米
馅儿也是甜的。
玉米馅儿。
对，猪肉玉米也可以。
Oh wow, I didn't know that. 你吃过猪肉玉米吗？哦，没听说过呢。
挺好吃的。
Okay, so there's a particular dumpling
爱吃辣的
which
就是
is
猪肉尖椒了，都可以包。
啊，这个可以
这馅儿。只要是肉馅儿打好了以后，什么菜都可以往里掺。
Okay.
这样。
You could have pork and sweet corn dumplings. Those are sweet. And there's pork and chili, obviously, if you like the spicy stuff. Panda says spicy apple and hoisin sauce. 辣苹果加海鲜酱。
辣苹果。
能做吗？好吃吗？你觉得？
没吃过。
Yeah, no. Chef Zhang was like, haven't tried it. There's always a first for everything. I'm gonna put some of this. 这个怎么配啊？加点这个，给它切成片儿。Just gonna cut some of the jujubes.
不是山楂，
山楂。
又酸又辣。
又酸又辣。And we're gonna put that. We're gonna put that
这
in
个
there.
这个应该能鼓起来，待会儿怎么放？这个。
对，
放里待会儿。
张师傅最厉害，张师傅就是一做，大家都真的是认不出来了。The scariest is when Chef Zhang makes the dumplings, because when he makes the dumplings, they look exactly like all of the other dumplings. So there's no way of telling what sort of crazy fillings are inside. I'm going to put some coriander in there, and maybe some. 我们现在只有黑暗料理了。你做的是什么料理的？
我就是一个面。
花椒。
哎呀妈呀，好，花椒再切点小米辣。
稍微大一点。
切点小米辣。
放的东西能多一点。
都可以放进去。
A little bit of. I just wanted the chance to show off my knife skills, but they're actually not that great. I didn't even cut all the way through.
这皮儿大。
这个皮儿辣。Okay, so I've just made one that's so we'll have the sour from the hawthorn, we'll have some coriander, we'll have some bright red fresh chili, and a bit of peppercorn. So 这个有可能也会比较独特。
又辣又酸。
就跟生活一样，又辣又酸，酸甜苦辣。Okay, this one's gonna be a bit of a fiery dumpling. 有点干了，这个。干的时候怎么办呢？
干的时候，这个皮儿你稍微拿点水
一蘸就可以了。
搅个馅儿，
一下就可以，
就沾就可以。
So a tip, if your dough starts to dry out, you can just dip your hands in a bit of water to get this nice and moist again, or you can just use a little bit of dumpling filling to just make it tight and seal it again.
你这也是好几种馅儿，
对，好几种样子，好几种馅儿，这些是最吓人的馅儿，又好看又吓人。
这不行，这一煮就坏了。
这个可以煎，这个会散掉，对。
那是什么呀？
这个我记得是干辣椒。Panda, finally, thank you. We finally have a normal filling from you. Prawn, crab, and mushroom. Those would be great. That would be perfect. I love prawn dumplings too. Thank you for suggesting a normal filling for once. Samran Some random cool Asian dude. I love your name. Yum dumplings. We have a lot of very yummy dumplings. We boiled out a couple. These are pork and onion, and now we're just making the most of our pantry. We've got dried dates, wasabi, raw garlic, dried chili, fresh chili, peppercorn, and a whole stick of ginger and some coriander. So why don't we start cooking these weird ones? 咱们下一步就可以放进去一些比较不一样的馅儿了，要不然咱们老吃这个猪肉大葱的就没劲了。
看我
And some random, I love your name, some random cool Asian dude. I wish you could eat these fancy dumplings with us too. We had the pork and onion, they're just sitting there in the bowls, but we're going to put in some of our very unique fillings now, and we'll see if they cook. So these ones are not cooked. These ones are not cooked either, but we've got a couple bowls here. These are ones that we cooked a little bit earlier. Very quick, just 5-6 minutes and these were done, and they're very tasty. We don't have any vinegar. I love a little bit of vinegar with my dumplings and some chili oil, some crushed garlic, and a teeny bit of soy sauce. Just absolutely perfect. In fact, I'm just going to eat one of these now because you don't want your dumplings to go cold, ever. Mm. 你们也吃吧，要不然太累了。
吃，来吃，一会儿我们吃这个。
对，大家一起吃。你放着，我刚才也吃了一口。哇，它这个撒的孜然好大，大。对啊，它撒的孜然呢。Summer's just adding some cumin to our kebabs. Very large cumin. Let's continue making some dumplings. We have a little bit more dough in here. We've got some spinach dough as well. Let us know if you want us to get started on the spinach dough. But this really is how Chinese New Year works. You make dumplings with your family and your friends. It gets really messy. Everyone's standing around making contributions, whether it's pork and onion or chili and peppercorn and coriander, or wasabi dumplings. Everyone's putting in their bit, and everyone's hoping not to eat this kind of dumpling. 这些还有别的。This is peppercorn. This is peppercorn. Okay. 小笼包可以不？这应该在这里应该还挺好吃的，在这些怪味儿。对，怪味儿下去，我这面疙瘩应该还行。这个面疙瘩煮不动吗？哦，都煮过。The little dough filling dumplings that Summer made earlier will take a little bit longer to cook thoroughly because it's just pure dough. I'm going to add some more just over here. These are all dried out now, so you want to be fast with your dumplings too, because otherwise they'll dry out and it'll be very hard to make your wrappers and to shape your dumplings. 再煮几个这些的吧，怪味的，原创。So traditionally, people like to play pranks. Sometimes they put coins in dumplings, and whoever bites into a dumpling filled with the coin is meant to have great luck for the Chinese New Year. But honestly, who wants to start the New Year by going to the dentist? I think that's a silly prank to pull. Got to ask if everyone has insurance first. 哎，你会擀饺子皮吗？
不会。那我可以试一下。
你自己试一下，我在这边擀，然后你在那边擀。我刚刚说咱们还剩了很多面呢。
但是我看过怎么擀，那也顺利。但是
因为你擀的我的那个已经擀烂的那个那块面了。We're just getting everybody to work. We don't really need to make any more. We're good. 没事，咱们就不用擀了，没事，够了，咱们饺子。We definitely have enough for the entire family. We're just waiting for our weird dumplings to be cooked thoroughly now. And whoever 很好，咱们再加点怪味馅吧。Bok choy. Panda says bok choy, garlic, and lobster dumplings. Ooh, you're fancy. Yeah, why not? If you put bok choy together with garlic and lobster, I think that would go really well. Yeah, should definitely give it a try. And anything to learn the art of the dumpling. Hopefully, you won't put some weird fillings into your dumplings like our next batch. But it's actually really easy to make. Basically, Chef Zhang was saying earlier, the dough is just flour, water, and a little bit of salt. No need to rise. And we have these great big cleavers. Once you've kneaded the dough, you just cut out a slice, cut out a long log, and just pull it off, squeeze it, and then just roll it into a nice flat, meant to be round, nice flat round wrapper, and fill it with whatever filling you like. Oh, they're cooked. Well done. Okay. Okay, Hang. Yeah, you're giving us ideas, and next year, I agree, Internet Persona. Next year, maybe the chef will prank us with chocolate dumplings. I think those at least would be tasty compared to our upcoming batch. 我觉着你们应该尝一下你们孩子做的这个产品。
太客气了。
不，真的，这个肯定得要就母亲先吃。不，对，不，咱们先请厨师，不，先请咱们的厨师们吃啊。我觉得肯定得先让西西吃，然后夏天吃。I'm just doing my best 不对，这肯定是不是？这肯定是厨师吃自己的饺子是最好的，必须要吃自己。
Happy New Year！ 对
Happy New Year！
Happy New Year！ 夏天给天叔牛一个牛，你说牛？
啊，谢谢我。
应该喝牛奶。
你会喝牛奶
？Summer just wished us a Happy New Year. You need to drink milk, cow's milk for the year of the ox. 我在想哪个是最不怪的。
我们给天然叔叔出个主意好不好？
啊，你选一个吧，夏天。
对，你选一个，让天然叔叔吃哪一个？看看这个好，哦，我也觉得这个好，或者这个好。
对，这个好是吧？
这个好。
这个好，
好，天然吃。好，我们给天然叔叔鼓掌，加油！
你不先尝一口吗？看熟不熟？
妈妈就留在最后了，天然叔叔先吃吧。
Chef 张师傅，要不您尝一下，看熟不熟？看熟不熟？
您来吧，您尝一下。
这个是不是应该 ？I think this should go with vinegar and some chili。应该是蘸辣椒酱，我觉得。
这个估计不用蘸辣椒酱。
So, I think Panda was saying that we need to have some lobster. This looks red, just like lobster. And
加油！真好吃。好吃。
Oh, lucky me!
这什么馅？什么馅？
哇，特别好吃，谢谢。
我们给天叔
我就缺了点辣椒酱哦。
厉害。
Oh my word! Oh, what a great way to start the new year! How lucky! I got a nice fresh red chili in here. 妈妈尝一下吧，孩子的工艺。
好不好？
可以吗？谢谢。
我觉得夏天的工艺，我觉得妈妈应该试一下。你要吃哪个呀？西西，你吃哪个？哦 ，Colin's gonna pick one for himself。
西西要吃哪个？
来，西西，你想吃哪个？你选。哦，别，给妈妈喂一个。Colin。
哦，给天叔喂一个。
你太客气了，给妈妈吧。 Guys, come on.
对
Save me here. Save me here, guys.
打起来了，叔叔，不能。
Save me here, please, Colin.
孩子那边小。
来。
对。
Colin, let me feed you a nice dumpling just for yourself. Colin, 你来。来吧 ，Colin 的妈妈你。
他专门给你挑选的，你尝尝。
对，这个是福气，叔叔。
福气。Okay. I'm gonna get double the fortune, hey? All of these are going to me. 熟了吗？ I can't feel the right side of my tongue. Ooh. Oh wow. 哦，好好吃啊。
对了，是肉的。
Yes. Oh, lucky me. Oh, oh, it's an actual dumpling. 谢谢，这是你包的吗？是妈妈包的吗？还是你包的吗？
这是我包的。
哎呦，夏天，谢谢你 ，High five.
I love you.
Nope. She's like, I love you. No, I don't. But I love summer. Thank you. She saved me. This is an actual. It's an actual pork dumpling. Oh, thank God. That was really tasty. It was very pretty too. I think we're gonna do
夏天选一个吧。
final one for luck.
好吗？好，非常好，这个好。
I think we're supposed to finish this entire plate of dumplings today. 啊，西西，你刚才给我了一个，我现在吃夏天的吧。你这抹我衣服上更难吃了。
这个好不好？
我尝一下夏天的。
放下来吧，西西。
这样的，我左手一个夏天的，左手来，我喂你们。
这是你的。
这是我的，我咬一口，你吃一口可以吗？来，你先咬一口。
你说你先吃，我下面不客气。
Oh, she took off half my thumb with that.
什么馅儿？
什么馅儿的？肉馅儿的，怪不得。This is a really scary Russian roulette.
肉馅，
是。Oh my word. This is the scariest New Year's game I've ever played. Colin, 你来吃一个吧，刚才特别好吃，夏天吃了它的了。你咬一口，我咬一口。尝一口。
肉馅儿，没事。
这也是肉馅的，是吗？
肉馅。
哦，
什么酱？
肉馅的吗
肉馅的吧？肉馅。
？It's meat filling. Fine. Okay. They weren't just pranking me all the time.
给你来碗汤吧，吃辣椒。原汤化原食。
可以。So there's a saying that when you eat dumplings, you must also drink a bowl of the water in which the dumpling is boiled, because it's nice and starchy, and it's also meant to just complete the whole experience, especially when I've just eaten a raw chili. Welcome relief. Oh, that's better. It's actually hotter. 挺好，但是刚才吃了辣椒，喝了一个热汤，感觉更辣了。Oh, and yes, I totally agree. We have a comment that our dumplings should be fed to our very hard-working camera crew as well, because Chinese New Year is all about being together. It's all about togetherness, and I think everyone needs to try from this plate. Here we go. 我给我们团队送一些饺子。Here we go. Director, you make your choice. I recommend this one. Wait. So we're just bringing. He's just straightening his hair. That's our director Kelvin, and the fillings come out a little bit first. No, you need to eat this one. Okay. Yes. No, that's really tasty. So, I lucked out. I got a coriander.
It's a black pepper. How about this one?
No, but now you have to choose someone else. It can't just be the two of us. And one of our cameramen is just. I just saw the wasabi being squeezed out of the dumpling. Oh my God! No! We really have.
It's the wasabi, yeah.
Oh.
这你们辣椒哈味儿。
Oh. I can't breathe. Oh my word.
这个还是芥末。
Oh my word. Oh my god. I did not know they were going to do that. But I am literally crying right now. Oh, that nearly killed me. I will get you back for that. I still have it in my mouth. And I
这
think
是肉的，这是肉的，
这是肉的，
这是肉的，
我都不敢吃了。
再来一个，一个就好了。这是肉的，
How about we finish off the new year?
一口下去就不能咬，一口。鼓掌。好样的。
Oh my god. I can't breathe. Oh my word. And I think we're going to end the Chinese New Year like that. I'm probably going to go to the hospital now. I am dying from wasabi. But I hope you had fun. I hope you learned how to make dumplings at home. And very happy Chinese New Year to you two. Never, ever, ever eat. I am dying. 你们太坏了，我这要去医院了。哦，我手上都是芥末。Oh my god, that nearly killed me. Oh my word. 有真的肉的吧？对， we have an actual pork dumpling. Bye guys, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye. Oh.